Pip Waller, and this is Being Human, which is, as you know, where I talk about all sorts of things to do with being a person and how to keep well. So one of the threads of this is to do with our looking after our energy. So we know we've got a body, and the body's got requirements. We've got a mind, and the mind needs certain things. We've got feelings, we need to understand them and look after them. We've also got this thing called energy, or an energy. I'm going to call it your energy body, or your. It's not so much just your spirit. I'm talking about your astral energy, your aura, and whatever that means. Those of us that work with energy, we have got a sense of what it means. Sometimes we can see it with our eyes, sometimes we can feel it. Actually, anybody that wants to can learn to tune into that area and see and feel things more. But even if you can't see and feel and be aware of energy, it still affects you. Things can still happen that affect your energy body. So the next video after this, I'm gonna describe a really simple process where you make a little fire with salt and surgical spirit, and you use that to clean your energy body, and you can also use it to clean the energy in a space. But I thought before I do that, I'll just talk a little bit about energy and this way of thinking. So we've got our energy. We can think of our body. Actually, there's an electromagnetic field generated by the heart in our body, and probably that's something to do with it. But we can think of like this egg-shaped energy around us. I talked about this with the Mayan energy clearing exercise. So our energy, we push our energy out, we pull things towards us, we sometimes get tangled up, our energy, with other things. When we feel really good in ourselves, it's when our energy is very clean and clear, and it's I'm going to say pure, like uncontaminated. That's what I mean by pure, like nothing's mixed in that shouldn't be there. Sometimes some energy that shouldn't be attached or around or in us can get attached to us, and that can create problems. Now, there's a lot of different things to say about energy, and this is just a brief introduction. But one thing I'm going to say is that so we can get these things, we can call them entities. So sometimes they are like just really like a load of thought that's been thought for a while, and a thought form hangs around, and you get this cluster of energy, and then maybe that's a kind of emotional energy like a depression or anger or something. And if there's an entity like that, like an aggregate of emotional energy, if that's hanging around us, we tend to get pulled into it, especially if we've got our own selves got a propensity to do that. We've got like an opening for it. There are entities that are a bit more kind of, let's say, lively, and some of them are involved in the kind of entities that are involved in addiction, in drug addiction, in alcoholism. And if those entities get us, we'll tend to get pulled towards those kind of activities. If we have indulged in those kind of activities, sometimes it's those entities that have got us that have pulled us into actual addiction. And then when we become free of it, we might still have a bit of a sensitivity towards picking up that kind of energy. So there's entities all over the place, and it's very common to get bits of them attached to us. And some people can see really clearly, and they can see all of them. I don't really see them, but I kind of get a feeling for them. And also you can know them, even if you can't feel them, you can know them by the kind of what happens, how you feel when you've got one of these attached. And of course you can have them where you've had them for years and years and years, maybe even decades, and you can't even tell what it's like not to have it, so it maybe feels normal to you. But once you get cleaned up, you can feel the difference. So it's really important to keep our energy clean, and if we do keep our energy clean and clear, we find it's easier to keep our emotional energy level, our thoughts ordered and in a good way, and it's easier to do the things that will be beneficial for our body and look after our body. So listen, if you don't like the energy thing and you think, oh, it sounds like a load of hocus pocus, it's fine, it's not for you. Listen to the vlogs that are more about the body. I always say how to look after yourself. You need to find the way in that works for you. But for some people, this energy thing is a really important one, and it's what works. So the next video, I'm going to be showing you a very simple energy cleanse that you can do. It clears the energy in a room. It clears the energy. You can use it to clean you and clear your own aura, your own energy body. and it can be really helpful as a way of getting rid of attachments and unwanted energy that's attached to you. So that's it. I'm Pip Waller. This is Being Human, and Happy New Year.